Have you ever felt totally exhausted by a problem?
You've spent hours, maybe even days, turning it over in your mind. You feel drained, like you run a marathon, but you're in the exact same spot where you started.
If that sounds familiar, you've stumbled into a fascinating illusion our brains create. We're going to break down why overthinking feels so productive when it's actually just the opposite. It all comes down to something we can call the illusion of mental progress. Here's the core of it. Our brains are wired to mistake the effort of thinking for the action of making progress. All that worrying, planning, replaying scenarios, it feels like hard work, right? So our brain gives us a little pat on the back for it. But the real question is, are we actually going anywhere? So what's really going on in our heads? This is where it gets interesting. Your mind is playing a really clever trick on you, and it's all about one thing: avoiding risk. But first, let's be super clear on what overthinking actually is. It's not just deep, focused thought. No, overthinking is when you get stuck in a loop, just re-examining the same problem without any new information. It's like a mental hamster wheel. So what's powering this hamster wheel? Well, at its core, your brain has a primary directive: avoid uncertainty at all costs. To your brain, the unknown feels like a threat, and it'll do pretty much anything to sidestep it. That's because uncertainty triggers anxiety. It's the brain's built-in alarm system screaming at you about potential failure or danger up ahead. So what does your brain do to quiet that alarm? It retreats into thought, because thinking feels so much safer than acting. You can analyze and worry all day long without any real-world consequences. I mean, you can't fail if you never actually take the first step. And here's the part most people miss. That act of just thinking about it gives you a temporary hit of relief. For a moment, the anxiety quiets down because it feels like you're regaining control. And that brief moment of relief is an incredibly powerful reward. Your brain learns a simple lesson. When I felt anxious, I thought really hard and the bad feeling went away for a bit. And just like that, the loop gets reinforced, making it way more likely you'll do it again next time. Okay, so that's the psychology, but let's look at how this plays out in a situation that I guarantee we've all been in. Let's talk about the difficult email. You know the one. It's sitting in your drafts, and just the thought of hitting send is kinda paralyzing. So what do? You open it and reread it for the 10th time. You tweak a comma, then you change it back. This feels like you're working on it, doesn't it? It feels productive. Then your mind just kicks into overdrive. You start imagining every possible what if. What if they misunderstand me? What if they get angry? You start playing out entire conversations that haven't even happened yet, and probably never will. And after all that mental gymnastics, all that energy you've burned, what's the actual result? The email is still there, unsent. You haven't made any real progress at all. You've just exhausted yourself. So the most important skill here is learning to spot the difference in real time, to know when you're just putting in mental effort versus when you're taking real action. And it really comes down to this simple distinction. Overthinking just circles the problem, running over the same ground again and again. But productive thinking, it always has forward momentum. It moves you toward a solution, even if it's just a tiny step. So here's the one simple question you can ask yourself to snap out of that loop. Is this thought creating a new path forward, or am I just walking the same circle again? Because this is the main takeaway. Progress isn't a feeling you have in your head, it's movement. It is a tangible step forward in the real world, no matter how small it is. So remember, the goal isn't to think your way out of a problem, it's to act your way forward.